What's happening, YouTube? Go down here, Big Face Trucker. Long time no see. How you been, my friend? Happy New Year to everybody. I guess we're going to start out 2023 talking about trucking, right? And this is the time, if you're going to change your business, the time is now. Because you're just starting into 2023, which means get a program to run your business. Just don't do it on a piece of paper. Get a program, and everybody knows what programs we use here. So get a program, get a factoring company, because those are key. And anybody out there tells you that don't factor, they don't know business that well. Because let me tell you something. You don't know these brokers from Adam. Right? They don't know you. You don't know them. And you're going to let them use your money for free for months before you get that money. Not only that, you're also going to float the bill for fuel for 30 to 60 days to get reimbursed to get paid for that load. So why would you want a stranger holding thousands of your dollars? I would just like somebody to explain that, because the old adage was, people say, hey, it's an interest rate. No, it is not. It is a fee. See, and that's probably why people don't know business. See, in 2023, I'm not going to be very nice. I'm going to tell you like it is. If you don't like it, don't watch. So basically, if you think it's an interest rate, you're an idiot. That's all I can say. So that's all I can say, man. Hope y'all don't take that literally, but it's not an interest rate. If it was, then after 30 days, you would get charged more interest. It's a fee. Just like an ATM. And people that put ATM charges as interest, it is not. It is a fee. Because when you stick your card in there, it'll say, hey, there's a $3.99 fee. It doesn't matter if you take out $1 or $500. You're paying $3.99. Same thing with a factoring company. Right? So if you negotiate your rate, we use Thunder Funding. And in my opinion, they are the best factoring company out there. They got a great fuel card. And hey, if you want to use them, tell them we sent you. They'll get you a good deal. Call Scott Kennedy up, 800-240-4140. But it's a percentage. So let's say if you're 3% and the load was $2,000, $60. It's a fee. It's not more than $60. At 31 days, they don't come back and say, oh, that's another $60. It's $60. It's not an interest rate. And then people say, well, I don't factor. But if they quick pay, it's the same thing. If they have a line of credit at their bank, it's the same thing. Not exactly, though. Because a line of credit is an interest rate. So it is not the same. Because if you take $2,000, borrow it from your bank on the line of credit, 31st day, you're getting charged interest again on the money. And so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. Plus, the bank will not call to get your money from the brokers. They will not call. Thunder Funding will call them all the time, send them emails, and get the money. Great back office. Your bank won't do that. And if you do it yourself, you're out there driving the truck, calling all these brokers, finding out why you didn't get paid, talking to your wife if you have one back home. Hey, did we get a check? Did any checks come in? Did any checks come in? Mailbox is empty. Run out there, whoop, nothing there. So you finally get a hold of the broker. Oh, well, the bills you sent in were ineligible. Couldn't read them. Didn't tell you right away. No, 35 days later they finally tell you that. And then you're waiting another 30 days. It happens, folks. Believe me, it happens. But as the folks on here that use Thunder Funding can tell you, is if you send in paperwork that's blurry, missing pages, you're going to get an email right away saying, you can have a problem with the funding. Your paperwork is not legible. Please send in new paperwork. You're not just sitting there waiting, weeks and months down the road wondering, where's your money at? Let's see what's what's up, Big Houston? Leroy Diaz. Peace and blessings to everyone in the chat. There you go. Jeanette Logistics. What's going on? What's up, Mallory? What's going on? Kick Rocks. Jason. Yeah, so I had a comment on one of my videos, and it's probably still there. It said, hey, your stuff's boring. Same old stuff. Not going to watch you no more about. I says, don't watch me. Unsubscribe. Go back and watch the drama. Don't learn trucking. Don't learn how to run a trucking business. Go on, watch drama, and fulfill your life with that garbage. We're here to help people make businesses. So if you want to watch the drama, please click out of here and go over there. We're just going to tell it like it is. Feelings don't matter in business. That's right, Brian. Those are wise words. Some people say they don't want to pay the fees, but we pay fees every day, everywhere. Of course, TK, he's selling his truck because he's buying a new one. And there's a Facebook page, but it was a good one. Let me see if I can find it. And yes, Big Mac, sometime probably towards the end of January, I will do a, or maybe first part of February, right? Somewhere in there. I'll do an H&R Block program because, that's what I use to do taxes for corporate and personal. I'll bring it up there and kind of show you some things on there, right? Okay, so here's TK's. Here's his. It's not gonna get it. Yeah, there it is. Selling his truck. So this is what he says. Somebody buy my truck. It's only got 939,735 miles. You can start an exciting career in being a trucking owner-operator. Doesn't that sound super? Here's some things that will really pique your interest. High fuel prices, fuel taxes, mileage taxes, HVUT taxes, ad valorem taxes, federal excise tax, tax, tolls, registration fees, application fees, existence fees, fees. Seeking places to visit, then driving by them because you're working. Mill lights, service engine lights, stop engine lights, lights. $180 shop rates, dealerships book for 2 or more weeks, dealerships that think you have a limited amount of money, part shortages, parts twice as much as what they used to be, truck stops incapable of fixing anything properly, $700 plus drive tires, $1,000 plus steer tires, truck stops shops that forget you, where you're out there waiting, paying 25% more everything at a truck stop than anywhere else, wondering where you're going to park every day because the truck stops are full by 7 p.m., the smell of urine lofting across the parking lot, garbage everywhere because industry is inundated by losers, questionable truck stop shower cleanliness, rude shippers and receivers, being treated like garbage simply because you walk through the door, sitting at a dock for hours wondering what's going on, paying a lumper to unload the trailer that you should have nothing to do with, DOT inspections weigh stations, always being wrong in everyone else's eyes, nearly being in an accident a few times a day, getting the finger from the people who are at fault, ignorant truck drivers, lazy truck drivers, better than you truck drivers that in no way attained a valid license a legal way, 5-mile backups because of a fender bender. And you can get that truck and join the party. Good one, TK. I thought that was pretty funny when I read that. It's worth a 3% to me, not track down or wait for my money, plus Thunder Funding's process is damn near flawless. Right? Exactly. Do yourself a favor. First part of the year, call Thunder Funding up. Tell them Truckers Education Network sent you. Talk to Scott Kennedy. Deal with him. Get a good deal. And start the time out right. Plus, they'll give you some free factoring to start out if you call them. What's up, G-Star? All the left lane truckers. There you go. Just right in the Ozarks. Thunder's always the best option to get paid fast. Never, ever had an issue over bills or pay. I can't handle all this truth. That's fine. What's up, Stephanie Webster? What's going on? Wallace, what's happening? You have a lot of energy today. Good for you. How's it going? Hey, been busy all day, right? Stock market was soaring. I had some good trades. I had some bad trades. Thought we were going to get that dip back down, but we did not. But all the stocks that I had that were down, at least they're climbing back out of the hole, right? So that's a good thing. Forex, the US dollar sucks. It almost had me. Almost had me. I was way down on it because for some reason it went way up. You know, almost 2 cents against the Canadian. And then the numbers come out. So I bought a big short on that. And that thing went to the bottom. So we turned it around in that one. That was a good one. Let's get back to trucking. If I didn't factor working with these brokers, I'd be broke. Right, Jose? And it only takes one time not getting paid on a big load to pay your factoring cost for the whole year. Plus, it's a write-off anyway. But for that small amount of money, you get a workforce behind you. You get a collections department, billing department. You even consider it a payroll department, really, because you get your money and pay yourself. We get all that for a very small fee. You cannot hire somebody to do all that work for what that cost you. Plus, you could take your money, invest it, make more money. That would make you more money than what that fee is. Yeah, what's not to like? Yes, that's true, Jose. Back in the day, when I first started, when there was dirt roads and everything, cab overs were everywhere, right? You could pull in, you get free coffee, free soft drink, whatever you wanted. They just gave it to you free on the drink side. And a lot of times when you didn't even fuel, they would still give you to free coffee. But nowadays, you got to pay to park. You got to pay to open the door. You got to pay for every square you walk in the store. You got to pay for the coffee. Got to pay for the cup it came in. You got to pay for the straw. Everything's a charge. Just kidding. They don't do all that, but it's getting there. What's up, Simper? Oh, the Nightbot's. The Nightbot's after you. That's right. See? Number 1. That was in here. Right? Simper's, he's throwing out the number 1. Yeah, we won. Tesla was great today. I got lucky on Tesla because I shorted it. It went down. And then I repurchased a call saying it was going to go up, and that thing soared, right? So Tesla soared today. So it was a good day in Tesla. What's up, TC Boggs? Cryo King. I thought it said Crypto King, right? But you're the Cryo King. He holds that frozen gas stuff, right? He's the cryo man. Factory makes a lot of sense. Why hold your money hostage when the fees to get paid isn't that much? That's right. Use other people's money. Why tie your money up? It makes no sense. Makes absolutely 0 sense. If you look at almost all those companies out there, factor. Right? They factor. In some shape or form. Yep, I get all that and get paid the same day. What's up, Richardville? What's going on? G-Star. There are plenty of ways that's causing us to quit this trucking. But we're still here strong, right? At the time, any wise man will walk away if calculating everything. Stay positive, money flowing. Right, so do you have the tools to succeed in 2023? Whiteboard session, right? But this is the fancy whiteboard session. We don't have the big one back there. So to start out the year, it doesn't matter if you're 1 truck, 5 trucks, 10 trucks. This is my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. I would say you need a factoring company. And I use Thunder Funding. If you want to call them up. Talk to Scott Kennedy. 800-240-4140. Call them up. That's the number 1 thing that I would do. Very first thing. And that's exactly what I did when I started this trucking company. I called around. And I told this story a long time ago. But I called the big conglomerate. I could never really get an answer. And then when I finally did get somebody, I asked them some questions about trucking. Guess how many questions they answered correctly? 0. Why? Because they know nothing about trucking. They're a bank. They know 0 about trucking. So I kept looking and doing research, and I come across Thunder Funding. Talked to Scott Kennedy, asked him a bunch of questions. He nailed every single one of them. Why? Because they care about trucking. There's people there that have trucks. They've had carriers, brokerages, insurance game. They know all the pieces of trucking. So somebody there can answer your question. And that's another thing I like about them. You call up, anybody that answers the phone can help you out. You don't have to talk to one person. You can talk to anybody there. That's number one. And we'll read another comment. Then we'll go to number two. I was talking to a friend of mine about this today. I remember that place down at Exit 2 in Louisiana would give you a free meal for every 50 gallons you bought. That's right, they would. Home cooked meal. I remember that. And the truck stop in Hagerstown, Maryland, ACT, they gave a free meal if you got so many gallons also. Have you been there when they done that? And I believe that, wouldn't the Tennessean also do that? I'm trying to remember. That was a mom and pop place, right? I'm trying to think if they did it too. And then there was also, a long time ago, the TA used to give free steak dinner with an oil change. Remember those days? Number two, what you do right away is software. You need software, folks. You can't be running a business by a notepad. Notepads are good for taking notes and for a backup. But to really know what your business is doing, you need a software. Now we've used only 3 softwares. I've only used 3 softwares in this business. I used Truckin' Pro when I first started. That was Ray White's program. I think Snorlord, he's in the comments. He has a code from them to still get $10 off. Throw the code up there, Snorlord. If you want Truckin' Pro, it's a Windows-based program. That's the only flaw that I see, because you have to have a computer with you. Now, the other 2 programs are AXIS TMS and Trucking Office. That's the ones we've used, and that's the ones I recommend. In the description, I have discounts for both of these. AXIS TMS has got a lot of integration. You can integrate fuel cards, ELDs, everything into this system. Trucking Office is another good program. A lot of people use it. There's not as much integration as this one, so you might not need all the integration. So then Trucking Office would be a good fit for you. If you need all the integration, all your fuel going in and everything like that, if you have going to build a trucking company, have a lot of drivers, it saves a lot of time, then you go with AXIS. If you're a single guy, still go with AXIS if you want, or you can go with Trucking Office. Either one will get the job done. I guess it just depends on your pricing point and what features you can live and live without. And you can test drive both these programs for free. Right? So you could get AXIS, click on the link, that way you get the special pricing, and then use the code for Trucking Office, get the 30 days free, try them both out, and then determine which one you like. So that's my 1, 2. 3 is you need a good ELD. This is vital if you have your own authority. Because if you have a bad ELD, it can ruin your authority. Because if it's not logging correctly, it's missing data, you get too many of those on an inspection, and your insurance is going to double, triple, quadruple. You're not going to be able to renew your insurance the next year coming. You need a good ELD. Now, since I've started, my very first ELD was J.J. Keller. Now, that was okay, but then they had a bunch of problems when they went to mandatory, and they had some problems, so we nixed that. Put a little sign through that. Then we went to Teletrack, Navman. Now, this was a good one. This was good, but very labor intensive to install. Very labor intensive. From there, we went to the best ELD on the market, in my opinion, Samsara. My opinion. That's the best out there. Maybe Snowlord he works with a lot more than I do, because he's a safety director, so he does that. Jeff said you're getting hey, Snowlord got 2 checks today, so don't worry about that, TC Boggs. Trucking with Sunshine. Truckers usually complain about cents per mile, but every day is quite... Look, that's another thing. If you're running your company by CPM, good luck. I'm surprised the people that do are still in business. Most of them are out of business. Just saying. Because CPM is too variable. How do you really know what it's going to cost you? Because CPM's all based on miles ran. What happens if you don't get the miles? Then what's your CPM? You don't know. It's an infinite number. That's why 30 years ago I used to lease. You could make money run miles with $1 a gallon fuel, no money down, and still sell the truck 2 or 3 years. What's up, Boser? I don't know if they factor for brokerages or not. I know they got the module. I don't know if they really implemented it yet. All you got to do is call and ask. But the brokerage, you really don't have to factor it unless you get a really big customer and they want you to. Because let's face it, factoring companies, they'll pay the carrier, they'll pay you right away, and then they will bill the broker. And the broker has pretty much 40 days or so before, you get on the B ratings and things like that. And if your customer pays you in 14 days, you surely can pay the broker. I mean, not the broker, but the factoring company that paid that carrier. You can easily pay them in 30. So there really is no reason to be a broker factoring unless you have a bunch of customers and some of them want a large sum of money of backing to give you the loads. Just right in the Ozarks, Snowlord, Cinnamon Eviction notice. Loves has a 3% factory side, get paid same day or next day, sign up for a 1-year contract, don't have to use them at all the time, especially since you can get a better deal with the brokers. Look, Trucking with Sunshine, you can get a better deal with underfunding than that. You can get better than that. Plus, you get a great fuel card with good discounts. You get the discounts at the Loves, you get the discount at TA, Petro, I think some of the speedways and some other things, some of the other truck stops. But you can go on EFS, download the app, and you'll see exactly where you get the discounts at. That's right. All you can eat steak for $6. You got that right. Mount Eagle, when it was 76, free meal, 100 gallons. That's right. I remember that. SA10, that's for Truckin' Pro. Yes, Nash. Number 4. Learn to fix your truck. Put in a headlight. Save yourself some money. If you have a alternator that's going bad, put your own alternator on. It's only a couple bolts. Slide the belt off, put the new alternator on, put the belt back on. You know, if you're really energetic and you got to replace your fan clutch, no problem. 4 to 6 bolts in the front of the motor. Get you a big enough long ratchet. Have at it. You can do all that stuff. Your exhaust, get you an earthquake impact gun battery operated from Harbor Freight if you don't want to buy a real expensive one for a couple $100. If they could break off the lug nuts on the tire, they sure can break the lug nuts or the nuts off on the exhaust. Replace your own exhaust. It's easy. I used to do it when I was young and energetic. Love's discount isn't as good as Thunder Funding. That's right, it's 10% off that software. Samsara is the bomb. You're giving proprietary info away for free. You're sharing info that has cost much. Well, I'm just helping people out, Wallace, right? No one follows this, right? I could put this up there. I could do all this. All this. And they don't care. So that really doesn't matter. Right? We can do all that. It really doesn't matter. Sap Brothers. Yep, we got Sap Brothers discount. Snowlord, don't you be calling people's names. Yes, Greg Zimmer. We do have a dispatch service. So look, if you're in the need and you're just tired of calling brokers, rigrunnerlogistics.com. Click on dispatch. I'll put an S there. Oh, let's get a little eraser. Let's try this eraser out. Boom, gone. Dispatch service. And you'll get Steve's phone number. And you can call Steve up. He is a great dispatcher in that service. He knows the lanes. He's been doing it a long time. He negotiates. What do you think, Greg? What do you think? Steve does a 10 out of 10 job? Actually, he does better than a 10 out of 10 because he goes above and beyond. And we have a lot of folks that we work with. And so, you know, when we call, we get the loads. And it does help that Steve speaks English. Right, shocks. Shocks are nothing. Top, bottom, pull them off, put the new ones on. No one knows how to pull it all together, so that's what you need to do, and then make your life easy. Right. So go to regularlogistics.com, click on the dispatch service, and if you have your own authority, doesn't matter. We dispatch some folks over here at Light Trucking, and we dispatch carriers. Take away the worry about trying to find a load. And here's what people don't understand. It's a very small percentage, right? Very small. But here is what you get. because I know these drivers, right? If you're one truck operation and you're saying, well, I wouldn't pay for dispatch service. That's why, I got my own authority. I want to pick my own loads. Let me tell you something. If you're driving down the road, a lot of Landstar guys do this, right? They'll have like the RAM mounts in their truck. They'll have their laptop sitting there on. Same thing with, Schneider guys and all of them that have the load boards. And they're looking for loads going down the road. Now, they get distracted. Doesn't take much. Only takes one accident. Is it really worth it? Just saying. Is it really worth it? Because that's what happens, right? That's what happens. To where a dispatch service, we're sitting there, we can look at all the different load boards and call, and you can do what you do best. Drive the truck, get the load there, make money, ring the cash register, and move on to the next load. Because what Steve can do is he can find those high-paying loads. We just come out of Denver a couple times this week for what, Steve? It's 3 something a mile. Over $3 a mile out of Denver in January. Which cracks me up because these people on Facebook, they post this crap about, oh, just park your trucks in January, February, there's no money. Trucking slow. No, it's not. It's never been. They just don't want to do the work. That's what it all equates to. And if you make a good rapport with some brokers, then you can get the higher dollar pay. Maybe Steve will post a rate up there. I believe it was over $3 a mile. $3.05 a mile. $3.05 a mile for 2,800 miles. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I'll have to look up and see what the other one was. I know it was three something. Might have been even more than that because I went over by the East Coast. Let me get out my handy dandy, the Z Fold, and I'll look it up on this. Oh, an error occurred. I got to sign in. Beep. Bear with me. Let's see. Let me search by truck. That'll do it. All right. Well, I had it. 3 something. Let's see. I didn't want to do the math. But anyway, let's go on. While I look this stuff up, let me go back to completed orders. So don't forget the dispatch service. That's 5 things you could do to better that. I also booked a 377-mile round Thanksgiving to Texas. Yes, you did. Let me select a truck here. Getting data. That was a good load right there. He went out to Oregon for that. That was a good load. All right, here it is right here. Let me see what this is. Go down to the miles. 2,000. Somebody do the math. 2,300 miles for $8,000. 2,300 miles for $8,000. We could get a calculator out. $347.8. So $348 a mile out of Denver. That went over towards the East Coast. Yes. You can also help yourself out with pre-pass. And I know people say, well, I'm not paying the, $20 or $25, whatever they want to charge you for pre-pass. It's well worth it. Because you go in there on any given day, they can find something wrong with a brand new truck if they really want to. Believe me. They don't care if they ruin your safety rating. It's not about safety. It's about money. Just watch yourself when you go to Vermont, because they need money. Right, and a dash cam. So we have Samsara with dash cam in all the trucks, because a dash cam will save you. Fuel card, do I recommend? Well, that's simple, Josh. The fuel card I recommend is Thunder Funding's fuel card. Because they have a fuel card that they give you. It's EFS. That's what I recommend. Why? 1, get your factoring at a low rate. Get a really good fuel card with discount. And 2, it's your EFS account. So you can go in there. You need to write a money code for the lumper. Go in there, punch it in, give them the money code. And EFS is accepted at almost every. How much is Samsara? Well, Samsara isn't that bad price-wise. I don't know what they charge now. I know what I pay. But I believe they're somewhere around $35 a month or so, and then $35 for the camera, or somewhere in there. Somewhere around $70 a month if you want the 2 pieces together. But you can't get it unless you have 3 or more vehicles. Unless you go to AXISTMS. Click on my link down below. Go to AXISTMS. They are a Samsara affiliate, and they can get you the Samsara ELD for 1 truck. You'll have to pay the bill, I believe, all at once. But they can get it. That's what the dean did. He got it. He went to Axis and got the Samsara. So these two can link up right here. One truck, I think it's in the description below. If you get a hold of them, pay by the month, no strings attached, quit whenever you want. You can get as low as $50 a month if you pay all at once for the year, or $60 per month if you want to pay monthly. If you pay all at once, they give you a discount, but you can get the Samsara. They can sell that to you. Yeah, Cat Scale app is good. What's up, Stuart? Yeah, so those are the tools that I would suggest if you're starting a company out, to give you a head start on being successful. Because if you leave something out of here, right? If you leave one of the top 3 right here, if you leave one of these top 3, right? If you leave one of these top 3 out of your equation, you lessen your chance of success. Because if you're running a truck that isn't ELD compliant, you're asking for trouble. Because they love to see guys running logbooks, because they know they can find something. They can easily find something in every logbook, because they know you didn't log it right. Your fuel is not going to match. And if something ever happened in an accident, they take your cell phone records and they go back days, months, and find that hole that you cheated, then you shouldn't have been there at that time. So the ELD is really important. Software is really important. So you keep tabs on what your business is actually doing. And a factoring company is super important to keep you in cash flow. Stuart, I go live. I'll probably go live a couple times next week. I do a live trading segment on Veterans Trading Group on YouTube. I think we got about 48 subscribers now. I got a few videos on there. I was going to go live this morning, but I had some things that stopped me from going live. But if you go on there and you subscribe, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to send out a daily trading letter every day of stocks that I'm looking at or options I'm looking at trading that day. Whether I place the trades or not just depends what the market's doing. But I'll put those out there. And entry points on that of when I think it's a good time to get in there. And it's all my opinion, so it's entertainment purposes only, right? You got all the disclaimer stuff, use at your own risk, all that good thing. But I just share what I'm doing. And I send that out. I've sent that out twice now, I believe. So Monday, I'll send out one to whoever subscribed at the website. So if you go to veteranstradinggroup.com, I'll put it in and you put it in your email to subscribe. you'll get the letter. And I don't charge money like all these other people do for that. You go there, and then you can put that in there. Yes, get a big radio with chicken lights. How much is Axis TMS? Well, if you go down to my link in the description, it'll tell you 1 to 3 trucks is $60 per month. And if you pay all at once for the month or for the year, it drops to $50 per month. 4 to 8 trucks is $125. 9 to 15 trucks is $225, and so forth and so forth. So you can get it as low as $50, but if you just want to pay monthly, it's $60. No Chrome on that list. Well, Chrome doesn't make you money. It'll put you out of business. I mean, you don't get no more for it when you go trade a truck in. That's like if you have an APU on it. They don't give you no more for it, the dealer. They don't care about that APU. They don't give you extra $5,000 or $10,000 because it has it on there. You give them a truck back with an APU, trade it in, you're just throwing your money away. You should take the APU off and sell it to somebody, because you're not going to get no more for it. Yeah, Stuart. So, I don't know if you have my phone number or not. Well, you do. Just call the office phone number, and probably sometime tomorrow if you get around or something, or text me on that number and let me know it's you, and then I'll pick up on a Saturday. I got to go take the grandson out driving and have him practice his driving skills and backing so he can take his road test tomorrow. So I'll be free because all I'll be doing is sitting there helping him learn how to do all that stuff. All right, so that is some tools to succeed in 2023. We're going to do a lot more of these whiteboard sessions. I might do them not live. What do you guys think of that? I just might stop a lot of the live shows altogether. Might just go back to just regular recorded content. But if you like the live stuff, then I can do the live stuff. If you guys want to come on here and talk and things like that. We're getting ready to shut it down for tonight though. But I always put the link to join in if you want to join in. And, we'll let people in, and if they're a troll or something, we'll just kick them right back out. Where is a good place to get a trailer, new company dry van? Wherever you can find one. A lot of the used trailers are out there now, but they're still wanting a little more than what they should be. But the prices are coming down. Even the new prices are coming down. I mean, at the high, they were trying $90,000, right, for a dry van. Now they're down to $50,000. They dropped that price in half. They're still about $15,000 more than what they should be. So, as more and more trailers come on the market, then hopefully the prices will start to normal, right? As steel and everything, if steel and everything comes down, the new trailers will come down. It seems like the last few years, trailers have been going up $3,500 every single year. And they keep blaming it on materials, right? All right, that's all I got. Snorlord, are you still in here? See if Steve's still in here. Yes? No? So these are the top 3 things. Those 3 things right there is what you should focus on. To start your company out right. Now, if you're with the factory company and you don't like how they've been treating you, call Thunder Funding and see if they can get you out of that and into their stable. Software, like I said, AXISTMS or Trucking Office. They both have a free trial, so you could try them both at the same time, see which one you like, and we have discount codes for both of these. Right, the link, click on the link for Axis in the description below, and Trucking Office is just 48035. That's the code for them to get $35 for this software. Samsara, you can get this through Axis, but if you're a one-man show, you can't get it through Samsara. It's a 3+. And I've heard that they're even go further than that now. I heard that they might go 8 or 10 trucks plus before they even give out ELDs, because they're geared more towards the fleet, is what they're geared towards. So if you want a Samsara as a single owner operator, then get Axis. Then you can have access to Samsara as a 1 truck operator. All right. Hey, Nevada, you came in at the tail end. Thanks for watching. Steve did not answer, so he must be gone already. I started factoring with Thunder Funding, second load today. So some of us do listen. There you go, Leroy. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, these are a good solid foundation. A good ELD will keep you out of trouble with the DOT when it comes to your logbook and stuff. A good software program will keep your business out of trouble when it comes tax time. And a good factoring company will keep you out of trouble because you will have cash flow. Because I know some people that don't use factoring and they have cash flow problems. I wonder why that is. Oh, Steve's here. We stopped talking about him. Steve, do you have openings for dispatch service? We'll just doodle on here, erasing while we're waiting for Steve. Greg uses Steve's dispatch service. Greg's been using the dispatch service. He came over to Like Trucking, and I can bring on 2. Okay. So dispatch service, 2 openings. If you want to get in there, easiest way is if you got Steve's phone number or know how to get a hold of him, just get a hold of him. If not, go to Rig Runner Logistics.com and click on Dispatch Service at the top. All right, that's the easiest way to do it. You'll get the phone numbers in there, and there you go. So 2 openings left in the dispatch service. And the best thing about the dispatch service we offer is you don't have to use it all the time. You can use it sometimes, you can use it all the time. And especially if you're a carrier, have your own authority, it's good to use the dispatch service because we can do the carrier packets for you. There's additional percentage for that on that load. But once it's done for that broker, then it's done. And Steve has all those different percentages. But that's a nice tool. So if you sign up to the dispatch service, and let's say you call a broker and you're not signed up with them, and you're out there trucking, and you don't want to sit there and try to do the carrier packet on the road, you say, hey, Steve, I found a load. Here comes a carrier packet. And then there'll be a percentage to fill that out and get that load. But that saves you time and money because you don't have to sit there on the side of the road trying to do a 10 or 15 or 20 page one of those carrier packets and spending half hour of your day that you could be trucking on the road to get to your delivery or your pickup. And you can leave that to us. So that's another good thing about it. We are a full dispatch service. Because since we have a brokerage, we can do carrier packets. That'll save you time. So even if you find your own load, but it's a carrier packet and you don't want to do it, then there's a percentage, just like if Steve booked that load. And you'll fill out that carrier packet, get that rate con, send it to you, and there you go. But Greg started over here. He came over to light truck and worked here, and we dispatched him from day one. He didn't want no part of it. So we dispatched him. He didn't want to look for his own loads. And then when he got his own authority, he stayed with the dispatch service. And he's been using us for a few years now. And he loves the service. He'll even come online and tell you. I think Steve, you might have interviewed him, right? That's my Google number. He's got a Google number. Google. All right, folks. We will call it quits. Do you like my more up-to-date whiteboard? You can actually read it, right? You can read that whiteboard. We got this whiteboard back here. Thunder Funding whiteboard, which is good for trade shows and things like that. Yep, you did an interview with Greg. That's right. I remember. So that's some of the things our dispatch service can do for you. The main thing, if you have your own authority, we can do this carrier packet. Because I know some of them are a pain. You like that whiteboard trick? And it erases nice because you don't have all the leftover and to spray it and all that good stuff. You can just wiggle that around like that. And then you can even, you know, you can click on there and get a bigger and have different colors. So if you want to do purple, yeah, whiteboard session. So anyway, folks, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. All the tools we use, it's been down in the description below ever since we've started. If you do payroll, you have employees. Let's say you have a company with drivers. I use for payroll service, for W-2 individuals, I use Gusto. Links in the bottom for payroll. It's an online service. They're really good. They do all your filings. Haven't had a problem with them. And they're pretty reasonably priced. Samsara down there. If you're a company and have 3 or more trucks, click on the Samsara link. You'll get a deal there. Also, same thing with 123 Load Board, Trucking Office, Axis. Everything that we use at this company, the links are below. And they will give you a discount if you sign up. All right. Thanks for watching. Monday, Veterans Trading Group. We will probably be live trading, usually from like 9:30 until maybe like noon. I'll just leave it running. I might talk, I might not talk, but you'll see my screen. And if I trade, you'll see me clicking and doing that. And if I'm not talking, then I'm doing trucking things and I'm using the Axis program and I'm doing the trucking part of it while I'm trading on that side. So, have a good night, everybody. Have a good weekend, and we'll see y'all later.